evening, and welcome to it's not a bit, we are live, right? Welcome to Dungeons, Dice and Dudes, a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons podcast where we take those three things, smush them all up, and produce, hopefully, enjoyable, family-unfriendly content. Because we say naughty words a lot.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of naughty boys.
Naughty boys.
My ass!
Have to do it.
You got me good. I am Danilo, your dungeon master for this evening, and I'm joined by Mark, who plays Otto, George, who plays Rizal, Nathan, who plays Slevin, and Matt, who plays Mulligore.
It's barging!
There it is.
Love to
Add it
see
to the
it.
counter, the barge counter.
No.
What are we at now?
I don't fucking know.
Surely double digit.
Double
digit.
You got jizz on the mind and on the floor.
I'm double jizzing right now.
Is jizz in the room with us?
I will.
Let us know.
I will tally up the number of barges, nat 20s, nat 1s,
Favourite
and
barges.
but at the end of this arc. There you go.
That's good. Good compromise. How about tune in next time and probably the next 10 sessions for that information to come out.
Or
Go in.
go on to a website that we have. But we'll talk about that later.
Right, let's go. We're gonna be professional and quick this time, as all you should be in every aspect of your life. Family unfriendly. Mark, where can people find us on social media?
Instagram, Twitter, X, DD&D Pod.
Thank you. George, where can people find us on video platforms?
YouTube and Twitch live. Hi, DD&D Pod.
And also, George, where can people find us on podcast platforms?
Podcast platforms. You could go to any podcast platform. We will be there, especially HodgePod.
Matt, where can people give us money?
Patreon, Dungeons, Dice and Dudes.
And special thanks to our Patreons.
Bruce, BroggsZachary.
Thank you very much. Nathan, where can people get money off of delightful TTRPG goods?
They can head over to Game Tea and use discount code TheBroggsy for 5% off of a t-shirt like this, or a t-shirt.
That's a really good bit. You should learn from this.
I'll take that. Take off top. Wow. Got it. That's what I learned from that.
I'll one up you and just tap you.
Game Tea.
But where do they shit?
Worldwide.
Yo, what the fuck, Matt?
You were the only one. You have to do Game Tea bit next week. That's your
just
punishment.
happened.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
But the whole bit.
All pitch perfect.
Yeah, beat for beat, below for below. And finally, Danilo. Where can people find more of Danilo? Thanks.
Download?
Danilo. You can find me on thinkingcritically.co.uk or on all socials, thinkcritdnd, where I do a D&D discussion podcast that has recently started recording again. So expect new episodes in a month or so, I suppose. So they're good. Listen to them. It's way more serious and professional, but still not family friendly. Right, that's it. We smashed it out today.
Ooh,
Yeah.
hang on. Let me just do a little. Hang on.
That's good.
Has it released the inner beast or something?
Not sponsored.
Yeah.
Oh.
Imagine if we were sponsored. We just had to drink that.
Oh no.
Like, it's like,
Oh dear.
10 p.m.
yeah.
Don't you just hate it when you lick your finger and it tastes like something, but you don't know what it tastes like?
Like when you put your fingers in my mouth that time. Then. Salty. Very salty.
We all know why that was.
We do.
And this is why we're not family
Not
friendly.
family friendly.
Are we all... What are you doing?
Recording?
You have to declare if you're recording us. You have to let us know.
It's against my rights.
That's actually illegal.
Yeah. You going to jail now.
Are we ready for the recap?
So ready.
Are
So,
you ready?
Are you? Is your recap ready?
Just about squeaked it in 30 seconds ago. Glad to see you're sounding better, Nathan, as well. Because I was listening to the last episode, and holy heck, you sound like a different person.
oh really?
Yeah, the first time you speak could be someone else.
I miss it.
I missed it
Fucking
too.
shit.
Put it back.
Yeah, hang on.
Talking of last session, here is the recap.
Goddamn.
It was titled "The Machine is Immortal." During that session, Cardinal showed you a vision of the past, the history of the Prime Movers and their fate. In an experiment potentially gone awry, a huge explosion teleported a sect of gnomes to Mechanus. Due to a combination of the infectious nature of the plane and their own meddling to seek the ultimate perfection, their bodies were forever changed into mechanical amalgams. Eventually, a schism developed in the movers, and a subset moved away from the now collective, seeking to reclaim their individuality. Meanwhile, the original movers continued their experimentation, attempting to achieve the theory of everything. They tried to create something called the Regulator, a lodestone of neutrality, in order to harness the innate energy of the plane. However, something has occurred. The movers require your assistance to fix the Regulator, to possibly unlock the secrets of the multiverse. Meanwhile, the Disconnected hypothesized that the destruction of the Regulator will allow all translocated gnomes to return home and back to some form of normality. You decided to continue to support the Disconnected, and as such began your expedition to the Regulator, with Cardinal suggesting points of interest along the way. En route to the Fortress of Disciplined Enlightenment, you witnessed the start of Primus's march of the Modrons. And that is that. Any other questions? Anyone want a refresher on any of the Expo Dump stuff that we had that I might have missed in the recap? Any other thoughts, comments that you'd like to discuss?
No, this tower is on our route to the thing. We get to the thing. We're pretty sure that the thing inside of the ball is the item, one of the items that we're looking for. So yeah.
And we've still not long rested.
No.
Fucking hell.
Oh, we'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
And Moogal's got a monocle.
Yes.
He's got a
Cardinal helped
Oh
out.
yeah, like red dot sight.
Yeah.
So,
which will only help with Fireball.
Yeah.
Mate,
Which arguably is one of the best damage dealing cantrips. Minus.
I think I've only hit
Goes
with it
elsewhere.
once.
There you go.
Yeah, but now you're gonna hit every
What does
time.
it? I just have to remember what it does, or is it
+1 to hit, I think.
plus
Off
one?
the top of my
to
head.
Just
yeah.
make it as an item in D&D Beyond.
Did I write it down? Did I write it down?
And we got the. I know what it is, but we got a helmet that makes you look spooky.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, apologies, I did skip that part of
+1 to 5.
Rizal
See.
helping Cardinal search for, well, you decided to rest, but not long rest for 8 hours, and then seek items, and then Murugal went and antagonised, as he's wont to do.
It's just the way he is.
The way of the warrior.
So Rowdy was already on the fence, and you just pushed him that last little bit.
Nobody cares
Oh,
about him. I hope he becomes an evil overlord of this plane.
And I'd be like, I knew it.
I
I
hope
knew it.
he comes back later and he's just got this full on like metal jacket.
Wait,
Or
did we
turtle shell.
leave him?
Yeah? You left him with the Disconnected, yeah.
With the.
Disconnected set of gnomes, yeah,
Okay.
as they're called.
It'll be fine.
He'll be back. I mean,
Oh yeah, you told him to like go fuck himself.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Mm.
He
What is the point of your
impressed
life?
you by very quickly making a very complicated mechanical structure, and the way you showed your impressment was, it's shit.
Yeah. And then returned to us, and the first thing you said was, "How long is it going to take?"
oh, the irony.
I wish I had somebody to tell the time.
really helpful, Romano.
Okay, so there was 2 places that Cardinal suggested were en route that you may or may not wish to visit. The one you chose was the Fortress of Disciplined Enlightenment.
We can get spanked.
No, we're not. We're going to be fine.
Oh, as in it's a sexual place.
Yes.
Yeah, like...
Fortress of...
Disciplined Enlightenment.
Are we there?
Are we there yet?
we there yet?
We saw it. We could see it.
Yeah, you were approaching the entrance. So if you remember, this Mechanus is a very weird cog labyrinth, they call it. It's a higgledy-piggledy grey expanse of gears and cogs and levers and switches and copper and wires and metal and...
Anything else?
Metal. Stuff.
Tungsten.
Any
Steel.
lithium? Lithium's great. I need so much lithium.
And yeah, if you recall, just off in the distance, you saw a snaking chain of creatures moving that Cardinal said that's the march, Primus's march.
I know that everything looks weird here in terms of like gauging distances and whatnot. There's no real way of discerning if that's making any kind of general direction towards us or where we're heading, or is it just like there's like a smear just kind of moving slightly.
So for as you are familiar with the creatures that make up the march, seeing as they nearly killed you,
Didn't kill us.
don't say that,
Don't
because then they will kill you.
Don't try it.
Don't try it.
So you can kind of make out, because you have an idea of what you're looking at now, rather than just there's something over there.
Yeah.
They are a great distance away.
Yeah.
Don't appear to be heading in your direction.
Okay.
But they're perpendicular to your plane. They're on like the side of a
Yeah,
thing,
that
so
doesn't
it's-
necessarily mean.
and they're just snaking their way across it.
Okay, so not necessarily
Perpendicular
cause for
parallel.
alarm.
Perpendicular.
Yeah,
Parallel would be parallel.
Idiot.
Cool. And then you were approaching the fortress, and if you recall, it is a central. Well, I said the wrong last time. What's the bit that goes an axle? That's the word I'm looking for. He's got it in the end. This is a vertical axle rising out the centre of the current gear that you're traversing across, with Cardinal leading the way. Very wide. Everything's rotating quite slowly because you're near the centre of the massive gear. So you're travelling a shorter distance for each rotation, or cycle, you might say. And up above you, now being obscured by the platform it's on, but as you were approaching, you saw a big, I think that fortress is probably the best way to put it. Spired cathedral, think Dark Souls, Dark Gothic, Lindell kind of vibes of this tower that's just uniformly lit. So it looks quite weird because it's dummy lit. Because there's not like the shadow and stuff that usually makes it eerie. It's just got this ambient light that is everywhere. So it's almost like a piece of like 2D art that's just been stuck to the ceiling of the universe high above you until you completely underneath it. When you approach the entranceway, in the centre of this axle you see a doorway and 2 humanoids standing either side of it. You're still a way away, but that's what you can make out. Cardinal doesn't seem to show any signs of slowing down. Does anyone do anything?
Alright. There we go. We're back in. Hey, Cardinal, are we alright to head into this place? Is this okay? They're not gonna like, I don't know, poke us with a stick or something.
The Guvnor's not bad.
Oh
Nor-
God, I asked. Oh God, damn it.
Are they good?
You knew that. You knew that was coming.
Oh, it's almost like I forgot 2 weeks ago or something.
They are governed by laws, fundamental laws. If you follow them, There will be no issues.
I feel like we all, as a group, look at Marigold.
What are you looking at me for?
Yeah, don't be a dick.
Just be respectful whilst we're here.
Why would I ever be a dick?
Oh, I've known you a very short period of time, and I think I can already count on. I'd need a few hands.
I don't like this judgment on me here.
Well, prove us wrong then. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
Well, look, there's a pretty big.
It's up to you to change our minds.
It's a pretty big, scary fortress.
Yeah.
Trepidation's probably the best way to go, isn't it?
Wow. That is weird coming out of you.
Yeah, barge incoming in 5, 4.
How close are they stood together?
You cannot come in.
Yeah, the moment one of these guys says, "Hi, how you doing?" and not please come in. Like, I'm done. I'm out. Check out.
It's taking too long.
Taking too long. Small talk. Fuck off. Do you continue the approach?
Sure, I feel like that sounds promising.
Cardinal doesn't seem worried, so let's do
And
it.
he's-
Got to do what they say and go on. No?
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to be absolutely fine and not a single thing will go wrong here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm being sarcastic. You can't tell with my face.
You need like that Watch Dogs 2 mask that can convey expressions for you.
I'll do it. Make it in the game. Make it DM.
If there's a place to find it, this plane is the place.
Yeah, the little bloody stupid slow man could probably make it.
Rowdy.
Yeah.
No, it's stupid slow man.
Stupid slow man.
Stupid slow idiot shit.
You're like, hate
Yeah,
it.
hate. Stupid man.
You are so well embodying the kind of new player archetype of just like distrusting NPCs. Like all of them. You're just innately, they're an NPC, ergo they are bad.
Right, we keep rolling up.
Cool. As you approach, there is a room on the inside of this axle that you can see, a metallic room of some kind. There is a brass plaque above the door that reads, it's been embossed, that reads, "The planes are governed by laws. Laws can be learned. Learn the laws and you rule the multiverse. That is our goal."
It's a good mission statement. It's nice to know what they're about, like right up front, you know?
Yeah. Nothing held back.
Yeah.
Inside joke.
Is it a song?
Yeah.
There are 2 humans outside the door,
Humans.
Oh my god.
wearing uniforms,
Level.
identical uniforms, crotchless pants.
Full gag.
No, just I would say almost business attire, like smart, like shirts, ties, and they just have a blue sash from over their shoulders.
Oh, this has taken a turn from everything else we've seen.
Do you know Tom Cruise?
One of them approaches, but like just a male and a female, just middle-aged, nothing, pretty nondescript, and every man, every woman kind of thing. Nothing too outlandish or outstanding. One of them takes a step forward as your group of 5 approach. What is your business here?
I'll pat you forward a little bit.
We're here to learn what we can from you. We're passing through, and our friend here, Cardinal, said this was a site of interest. So
Enlightenment. That's what we're looking for.
that's the word.
Hmm.
Can you offer that?
Not me personally, but those inside can. Do you have an appointment?
Cardinal didn't say anything about the appointment.
He doesn't even shrug. He just looks at you briefly with those those eyes of his.
Eyes.
It's because his mouth is metallic. I remember listening to a previous that the inside of his mouth is metallic. It doesn't shrug, it just looks at you like someone else has spoken a different language and turns back to the conversation at hand.
Do we need an appointment?
Certain facilities require an appointment, but that can be handled at the reception. You may find your access limited.
Okay.
That's all right.
That's yes. We've got time. Have we?
Got a few cycles.
He's learning. He gets this.
He's changing.
The one that stepped forward and approaches you kind of nods back to the other guard at the gate, who opens up, like kind of pulling the sash forward, opens up their jacket pocket and produces a stack of A5 pieces of paper that they kind of start to fan out and double check. And the one that was speaking to you originally, as that one is doing that paperwork and moving towards you. Law 5781 states all visitors must sign this legal agreement binding you to the rules of this place. And his associate, just one by one, hands you this A5, almost like small booklet. Mm-hmm. It's about, yay thick, half an inch thick.
It's a lot of reading.
And then they both just step back and await.
It's just like one of those. I speak to our group. It's just like one of those things where you just sign it. You don't really read the T's and C's.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that there's nothing in here that would have any kind of effect on us. It's probably just disclaimers.
Flick to a random page. And put my finger on the page and read what it says.
Okay. Make me an intelligence check.
Doing, doing, doing.
We're great at these.
Okay. 15 plus 1, 16.
Okay, and then just roll me just a straight d20 to give you more agency than me.
1.
Oh.
Oh no.
One.
No.
Jesus.
Why did you just go to 15?
No, because they're two different things.
No.
So, while the rest of you are looking at this document,
I get a paper cut and die.
no,
from blood loss.
Not at all. Cardinal looks to be struggling. He you notice after about a minute or so, he actually turns his little booklet 180 degrees.
No.
It's like he doesn't know how to read.
Oh.
He's so stupid.
Oh, is that what you're going to pick on next?
Yeah.
Just give him the side eye.
Thicko.
You're fucking stupid.
Sit in the dunce hat.
Rizal, while at first glance the average number of syllables in the word, probably like four or five per word, and is quite dense legalese gibberish. There's stuff that's said 10 times more complicated than it needs to be. However, you're like, let me take it again from the top. You know when you like read a page in a book and you're like, actually I didn't really read that, let me go back and try again. It's that. You're like, okay, let me actually concentrate now. And you take a read through. And actually you do get to, you're like, oh okay, that bit is the same thing said in a different way, let me skip that. And you get to work your way through. The bit you found, however, is related to personal body odour of the visitors, and that it must maintain a certain level, a certain standard of cleanliness for the visitors.
I'll just pass it to you and just say, you read that section. You're not going to have
What the fuck? What are you trying to say?
I'm joking. And I just sign it.
I don't like those jokes.
You have the thinnest skin.
And yet you do so much damage.
I'm going to not sign my name
Oh.
and sign another name.
Oh.
Are you telling us that? Or
No.
you're going to
No.
do
I
that?
tell the guards.
I'm gonna look.
I'm not really signing it.
Yeah. This phone number's 1 digit short. That can't be right.
I'm gonna sign Cormac.
You could have made up a name, but you chose it. One of your dead companions.
I'm going to summon mine cow.
Okay, and the surname, of course, because there is a section for the surname.
No, I don't know it, so I'm not going to pull it.
Just
Cormac.
Just like Prince. Just Cormac.
First name Cor, second name Mac.
You scratch it out and then move it across to the last name box. Sorry, I forgot my own name. Okay, Slevin and Otto.
Yeah, I'll just sign it with my name.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have just got like been fucking go on in. Just sign me.
Okay, Cardinal follows your lead, kind of watches what you guys are doing, will flick to the same page that has a signature section on it, and you can see, like, just with a bit of his finger, it's almost like scratches in, leaving a metallic residue, the word Cardinal.
You risked us up fairly recently, didn't you? Like made us look all
Yes.
decent.
Oh yeah,
After
press the
Yeah, you look fine.
Sweet.
I got a monocle on, so that looked.
With a Sharpie on.
Yeah.
The second guard returns in reverse order and collects the paperwork off you. The one that spoke to you first says, "You may enter the fortress. Please go inside and follow the signs on the walls. Your paperwork will be processed in due course."
Thank you.
So we.
Just out of curiosity, are there any big no-nos? I didn't read a lot of it.
Probably don't steal, don't hit people,
I mean,
like the basic ones, you know.
any ones that we wouldn't expect.
Yes,
Oh,
the appendix to which can be found in the library. That will detail all of that.
okay. Thank you.
Once we pass through the door, I'm just gonna say, I didn't sign my name,
Whoa.
so I can do whatever I want. I guess.
Hey,
You know?
look out. We got a badass over here.
Don't mess with
You're
me.
a wild card.
So
I'm calling you Muigo the wild card.
That's not call me that.
So were we worried about you for nothing? Or
Literally 30 seconds ago. They were like,
why me?
try and be a paragon of virtue. Literally the first choice.
You did proper sign it.
Spat on the page as well. You know? Just to add a flavour.
Wait, so what name did you put down?
Oh, okay. Oh boy, Cormac.
Put a dead man's name?
Yeah. Well, he's not going to use it, is he? So.
Wow, that seems pretty,
God.
pretty cutthroat.
I mean, he was the one that I did get on with the most out of.
You're going to disrespect him by using his name to falsify.
Maybe I should
documents.
feel a little bad, but I don't.
Just gonna put it out there. If I die, don't sign things in my name.
Okay. Well,
You're going to.
I'll try to remember
Yeah.
that. But, you know.
Blah, blah, blah.
Start listening.
I feel like the slow man. Just
Rowdy.
Rowdy is really just irks me the wrong way. He sent me down a dark path.
No, that's not on him.
Yeah.
That is.
He made us your villains. Because he talked to you?
Because he talked too slowly to me.
One day. You weren't there, kid.
One bad day.
That's all it takes.
Slow guy.
He talked to me once. And that's why I got to kill everyone. You enter into a small cylindrical room. As you do, you see the blue sashed guards out front fiddle with something on the outside of the door and at the entranceway, and two doors like Star Trek whoosh, just shut across the front, and you're shut inside. We'll assume this conversation happened after that had occurred. Just not as you're walking past them. I didn't say my name.
Door just closes on
Yeah,
them.
thank you. Yeah, cheers. And there is an art. It's like an Art Deco style in here. Think Bioshock.
Ooh.
It's quite smart, quite posh. Got a large elevator with a panel on the inside, and there is another embossed brass plaque, bolted into the wall, riveted into the wall. That amongst a whole bunch of other text, there's 2 buttons next to it. The top one says "The Fortress."
We need to go to the fortress.
Yeah. Press that button.
Is there any elevator music?
It's this.
Yeah, why not? Diegetic. Nothing seems to happen for a few moments.
How's Cardinal doing after he fumbled with his...
He is stood precisely in the centre of the cylindrical chamber, facing the back. He hasn't turned around to face the door. he's just entered and gone pixel perfect 0-0 on the XY grid of this room, and just stood in the middle.
It's the safest place to stand in an elevator. That's what I've heard.
Have you been in many elevators?
No, but I've heard about them. I was talking to a guy in that village back there.
Have you been in many metal rooms? Because that's all you know at this point, I suppose. But
Carl, have you been here before?
negative.
Oh. Okay.
We have had minor correspondence with the governors of the fortress.
Are they... Not going to ask that.
Do it.
Not going to bother asking. Have they helped you in the past?
Negative. Not within their remit.
Have they hindered you actively in the past?
Negative.
Okay.
Not part of their goal.
Sounds off a bit there.
It's changing.
He's crumpled.
Going up too quick.
The acceleration just like a crushed can.
Okay. Well, hopefully there's no negatives us being here. No positives.
As you finish that conversation, the doors open and you are somewhere else.
Oh.
No, didn't feel anything?
No?
That's...
Elevators, man. Crazy.
You're telling me.
I mean, earlier this day you walked around like a sheer cliff face and then back on on the underside, and you didn't really feel anything then.
I don't understand what your point is.
This
Physics.
place is weird.
Physics, man.
It's weird, bro.
It is a weird place.
Okay, we walk out of it then, I
Cool.
guess, and just head on in a direction.
You are in what could be described as, and as indeed the guards did, a reception area, I suppose. Not far in front of you, there is a reception desk with another humanoid sitting behind it. Same formal attire, this time with a different coloured slash, a green sash across their body. And as you step out and look up, you see that the elevator shaft behind you continues up past where you were, so half your vision behind you is obscured by this metallic cylinder behind you, but you are in a vast tiered building. You can see floors above you on a slight kind of obtuse angle up and away, like an inverted pyramid, and you can just see a hive of activity in a circular motion. It's like a tiered rings, and there's just people moving everywhere. You're at the bottom kind of this inverted pyramid. There's not a huge amount of floor space here. As you step out and around, you notice 9 clear pathways over small, well, you can't really see down, chasms just radially around this central platform that you appear to be on, and the reception desk. And people are only on these circular platforms. There's no one else down here actually with you.
Are they all
Just
humanoid,
on the reception. From what you can see from here, yeah.
Flashes and all that
Yeah.
jazz.
Be interesting to know how all these humans got here. We know how, in a way. Actually, we don't. We know how Cardinal got here.
Yeah, it was in the Big Bang, wasn't it?
No, but that was on this plane already, right? No, that wasn't.
In the
Sorry. 2 weeks.
Time
Hours.
2 cycles.
Yeah.
That's it.
20 cycles, maybe.
Maybe.
200.
It'd be interesting to know how all these people got here as well.
If they're actually humans or just when we got it, it was like your coin's not allowed. Get out.
True.
I'm going to rush up to the receptionist
Oh god.
and just be like, "What's going on here? What's the deal with this place?"
I'll just jumps over the desk.
Damn me!
Thrashing them around like a chew toy.
We come near.
Put down the receptionist.
Welcome, visitor, to the Fortress of Disciplined Enlightenment. What is the purpose of your visit here today?
I sort of beckon you guys over.
Oh, you got shy now. Ran over.
She started speaking to me!
We're here for a...
Don't worry, I've got this.
To do the thing!
We're here to learn from you and your people as much as we can.
What you said?
That's it. You did good. Touch you on the shoulder.
Don't sit to it, big cat.
She says, again, very nondescript, just like picked out of a catalogue, this person. Presumably it is the libraries you seek, then, for knowledge?
Yes. Yeah.
And do you have an appointment?
No, not yet. That's why we're speaking to you, I believe. That's why I'm here.
Do you have a number that we can call?
She says, that's quite alright. We have processes in place for this occurrence. Visitor access is allowed, but a chaperone is required, and as such, fees apply. If you please fill out this form.
You've been serious?
Oh, I'll sign it.
Thank God. Jeez.
So it's a one-pager, but it's A4.
Oh,
Christ,
my
lie.
enemy, A4. Big paper cuts. What's the gist?
What's the crack?
Actually, no, not what's the gist, DM. Every single letter.
You can roll me an intelligence check again
Yeah.
to try and decipher the legalese.
Ooh, 16. No, 17.
That's good.
17 total.
That's good.
You're smart.
Oh, real smart. No, good rolls.
Okay, cool. Just like the paperwork downstairs, it is, as I said, bureaucratic legalese, a lot of complicated words that you kind of get from context what they're trying to say, and you're like, oh, that's the not pedantic, the what's the word from when you're trying to be cleverer? Pretentious. That's the pretentious way of saying don't shit on the floor. You know, it's like it's a lot of that kind of stuff. Additionally, it's a lot focused on the chaperone that's allotted to you. Basically, you're completely at their will. Like everything they say, you have to do. Anything that you could do to go against or actively interfere or impede their work or their activities.
We do not tolerate abuse to our staff.
Yeah, it's basically a breach of law. And there are several, just like the one downstairs, there are several footnotes and references to other appendices, other addendums, other, updates dated, decades ago that alter the text you're reading right now. So even with that roll, you're not getting like the complete picture, because it will say, "Oh, please refer to section 74C of this other document that's at this part in the library. Ironically enough, the thing you're trying to get access to, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of that
Okay.
kind of stuff. So even with that role, you're never going to get a complete picture. What you can garner, the meat of it is the chaperone owns you during your visit in the library.
By using their services, they'll be able to show adverts to anything I
Yeah, complete access to your internet history.
Yeah.
I choose not to sign.
Incognito, no. Cool. Yeah. Sign and return.
Okay. They say, "Thank you, please wait here a moment. Your chaperone will be here shortly." While we wait, the small matter of the fee,
Oh, yes.
which, apologies, Danilo made a mistake, should have mentioned in your viewing of the document that, as they mentioned originally, there is a fee to have access to the library and a chaperone.
How much we're
What's the
talking?
fee?
It's a monetary fee, and this you did garner with your role. They also want access to documentation you have on you. Paperwork, books,
What the fuck?
for the purposes of training and monitoring purposes. You know, it's we are collectors of knowledge. We are collectors of.
We've got that dude. We've got the whole list of where the potential things are.
We're collectors of lore. We're collectors of knowledge. We like to have that. You're about to come into a library and read all our stuff. We'd like to add your stuff to our library so that others may learn from it.
Is the book not in the bag though? You can't get the thing out of the bag unless you know what's in the bag.
Yeah, but
That's a good point.
But will you? No.
We've got a couple of spare books from old. And then,
Well, I've got nothing to hide.
look,
but,
all I'm saying is we don't know what they are capable of doing, and I feel like letting them know that that's a list of potentially world-ending items probably not a good idea.
I don't like them touching our stuff.
I guess we won't be going into the library then.
Unless we got a ways around it. Put the bag up your ass.
as you guys are hovering over the signature Rizal and you're like talking amongst yourselves, the receptionist says, "Is there any problems? Can I assist you in understanding of the document?"
Not from myself. No.
You didn't answer my question. Why is it so busy in there?
Every time you speak, I'm just like,
I'm on edge. I'm just on edge.
What's he gonna say?
Combat music to start.
What's he gonna say?
Bum, 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 bum.
I got it favorited on the Muagor tab.
Yeah.
In my head, this is a way to try and distract her from seeing that we're hesitating to sign this page.
She turns to Muagor and says,
there you go.
"Incorrect, sir, if I may. Your first question was, what is this place and what do we do here? But I will answer all three of those questions while you ruminate on the document."
Patronising, alright.
Who's got good sleight of hand? Me.
Well, whilst they're discussing that, hey, look, either you talk to people, right? You
Don't
smooth.
know. I try.
Your name's Riz, for God's sake.
Yes, I can try. I
Right, so either we need to rely on you being a silver-tongued devil, or we need to hide. I just don't feel comfortable with them having access to that. I feel like that makes sense,
If
right?
it's in the bag, they won't be able to get it.
Look, you do magic, you can, like,
I'm pretty sure that's how. Do I know how a bag of holding works?
I'd say just from using it, you've got, you, as a
You need
party,
to know what's in there to get stuff
Yes,
out.
yeah.
but what if, like, look, I'm not the most magical person in the world, but I feel like that there could be something that could maybe, I don't know, like,
If they find it, I'll just lie. It's fine.
alright, look,
I'll lie
if
about
they
what
find it
is.
and if they try and take it, I will throw hands.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know ahead of time.
Yeah. Okay.
you could lay hands on him, or I could grab it and disappear.
grab it and run.
Yeah.
You'll never catch me alive!
Roll me
Change my
a
mind.
perception check,
Okay.
Rizal. Well, we'll answer your questions
Mm.
as they're looking at the document, talking amongst themselves. The fortress was founded by the Fraternity of Order, a philosophical sect who seeks to gain control and power by understanding laws, both natural and physical. Our leaders are the Factal Hashkar. He is the leader of the organization and indeed the fortress.
Factal Hashkar.
Yes.
And he's the leader of...
The fortress, the governors,
Okay.
the philosophical sect.
Is it the Fraternity of Order?
Yes. We also have a palace to Lady Nasias Garabutos, who deals with much of the day-to-day running of the fortress. Our most interesting of our 9 wings is the library, presumably why you wish to attend today. It is a vast archive of legal volumes collected from all over the multiverse.
Do you want to go in there?
Oh, we'll be that worried about that?
I wasn't listening.
Oh, it's an archive of legal documents, right?
Legal. Fuck that shit.
Back in the...
Uh,
No, why the fuck would we care about that? I can barely read.
Maybe, I think all 4 of us are the same.
No. I'm more of a pansy.
Cardinal breathes a sigh of relief.
And then also like, oh, these guys didn't read it either?
yeah, we're all fucked then.
Quick, just sorry, on your point there that you said it was like full of legal documents. If we didn't necessarily want to go there and instead wanted to go to... So there was a palace?
Yes, the ladies' palace. However, that is by invitation only.
How do we get an invitation?
The lady would invite you.
Okay. What are the different 9 areas? You said there were 9 areas, right?
Indeed, and that now matches up with the 9 walkways you have. What was your role, by the way?
Oh, it was perception. It was 16.
Okay, rolling very good on this stuff. You do see, as you guys are kind of passing the document between you and you get a fresh set of eyes and it comes back to you, look at it in a slightly different way. You do see one of the footnotes does have something, again, in 10 times more words than it is required, something about some kind of exemption clause is mentioned, but again, the details are buried away in some other document you don't have access to, but that turn of phrase is mentioned in
Exemption
there. We have the farms that allow us to live on this plane, the barracks that host our guards. You have seen the blue sashes as you entered this building. The eatery, where we consume mass to maintain our energy. The court, which is a place where employees debate, argue, and discuss legal issues and matters and interpret the laws of the universe. The training grounds, used by the employees of the barracks. The bureaucracy, where archives are interrogated, administered, documented, so on and so forth. The libraries, which we've already discussed, a vast network of legal documentation detailing all the natural and physical laws of the multiverse. Anything one could wish to know about any destinations, you will find it in our library.
Maybe I do want to go there then.
Find out how to get home.
The bazaar, spelled B-A-Z-A-A-R.
Bazaar.
Yeah, rather
Bazaar?
than bizarre, just to be clear.
Oh, is
Word
that?
Baz.
Word Baz.
Yeah,
What's
like
your
a-
cookies?
like a
Baz,
gift
actually, he's a good lad.
I'm sure one
Big boy
could
Baz.
procure a gift from there.
Hey, we gotta check out the gift shop.
Yeah.
It's probably at the exit.
And of course the Ladies' Palace, which we have previously discussed.
No? Okay. I just noted this little clause in the document. What is that? And I point to where it is.
Oh, the restriction on protected documentation. You believe you have some on your person that you wish to exclude from the requirement of entry.
We might do, we might not. I'm just curious as to what this.
I'd just like to
clause
know
is.
all the knowledge.
Yes.
I've got a friend who's got stuff he
Yeah.
doesn't want.
If he
I know
was to
somebody-
show up, could he use that clause?
He's currently booking a holiday here, so
Yeah,
he needs to
yeah.
know what he can bring in time. 100 mil.
Separate container, obviously.
Clear plastic holder.
They say, quite well, some visitors of renown usually have protected information that can't be shared publicly, or they do not wish to share publicly. Ultimately, it will end up in our archives. That is the purpose of their visit, typically, but not at this early stage. Usually it goes to the bureaucracy first for said interrogation, archiving, copying, distribution, so on and so on. Is that something you wish to pursue?
Oh, so say somebody arrived with something they didn't want to share,
Yes.
and then they came about their business, saw what they needed to see, wanted to see, learned what they wanted to learn, then left, and you didn't get a chance to see it. How would that sit with the bureaucracy and your people?
Providing the adequate forms are completed, the additional surcharge is of course paid for on top of the initial visitation fee. There is no problem with that.
So,
This is feeling a lot like home. It's just all about a bit of that.
so fee, surcharge, what would that be in this hypothetical situation?
Without completing the additional documentation,
You can't give me a
I
quote.
can't give you a quote.
Right, okay.
I can request that now.
Sure, let's go.
I'll get your chaperone to bring the paperwork with you.
Perfect.
More paperwork.
Don't worry, I'll do it.
No, cry.
Stop building shit back and round. Paperwork.
Nice scholars, a lot of them.
Yeah, no,
Boring.
literally.
Bold.
Well, I mean, you know, I feel like at times maybe we could do with someone that was maybe a little bit more book smart. Nothing wrong with that. No?
Nah. We're doing alright.
Yeah, fuck me, I guess.
You just look around the group, we're all just like dribbling out of our mouths, like reading stuff upside down. One of us just walking into a wall, banging, bang, bang, bang.
Clipping through the floor.
Yeah. Bunch of fucking idiots.
There's a tiefling teacher in the Renarth school right now that is desperate to be here.
Oh, that boy wants to be there. Oh. Where is he?
Dead.
He
We're gonna
lives!
kill him.
He lives!
We're gonna kill him.
You know he can't die, Nathan.
He'll always be alive. Our hearts.
So you put the paperwork back down on the table, obviously not signed it yet. You have a few moments to yourselves. As I said, you're in a cylindrical, circular platform with, in the middle of it is the chamber that the lift brought you up, reception desk. Here it's less Art Deco, it is more clinical, I suppose, more like, you know, if you go to the National Archives and when they get the old books out and you have to go into those glass chambers and you can't even, you have to, you know, there's like zero humidity in the air, it's that kind of vibe here to keep things nice and sterile almost. The receptionist just sits back behind the desk and just like watches you, just with a very blank expression on their face.
Question. How did you all get here?
Me or the Order?
Well, so far we've seen gnomes, but we've not seen any
Ah,
humans. Yes, this is said
the
gnome.
Cardinal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've not seen any humans yet. We have encountered some mechanical beings, but other than that...
Oh, Primus's
Hmm.
constructs.
Hmm.
They are native to this plane.
Are humans native to this plane?
No.
No.
The Order recruits from members of the multiverse who exhibit high intelligence, who are quick to learn new languages, new lore, quick to pass information. If any of you are to exhibit those attributes, then we will reach out to you and perhaps even receive an invitation from the lady.
Anyway, yeah.
Recruitment is not my sector. But the history of this place, what was the name? Hectol, wasn't it? Something like that? Factol, sorry, yeah. Factol founded this order in Mechanus, a beacon of enlightenment in an otherwise neutral existence, to be unmolested in his pursuit of the knowledge of the multiverse. I presume you read the mission statement upon arrival?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Couldn't ignore it.
Knowledge of the laws brings power, the power to control. This is what we seek here at the fortress.
And is it just for the altruistic sense of learning, or do you influence particular planes of existence?
Influencing, being aggressive, often inhibits the collection of laws and knowledge. As such, we request information to be donated from visitors such as yourselves. Exclusions not counted for, obviously.
Hypothetically.
And from other departments who research and go out into the multiverse to research such things.
You've been to Randall?
Ah, the prime material.
Mm.
Yes, of course.
Did you like it?
The prime material plane is approximately 99.999% documented in terms of laws.
How do you guys like get there? If you say you wanted to go to the raw material plane.
That information is restricted.
Oh, okay.
You guys leave? Or do you just stay here?
I stay here.
Prefer it? Just a holiday or anything like that?
One does not need a holiday from the pursuit of knowledge.
Fly over that desk. Give me your lunch money.
All of us dum-dums will start building and then
Yeah.
Presuming on your access to this building, you signed the Law 5781 documentation. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, we did, yes.
And you, part of that document ensures that you read it fully.
Yeah, I did.
I can't remember it though. Terrible memory.
We know that the duration of the lift is precisely 20.576 seconds. You've forgotten it in that time.
There's a lot of words.
You may be relieved to know you have been discounted from our potential recruitment.
Wow.
Fair. To be honest, I did think I'd be there anyway.
so close.
You haven't made it through to the second stage,
No.
regrettably. But we'll keep your records on file.
I really thought I had it in the bag.
And if another opportunity comes up,
really did.
I needed this. I was counting on
I've handed in my notes.
Yeah, it's already done.
Fuck.
I'm screwed.
Whilst I'm eating biscuits that were left on a plate on
Oh
the
yeah,
desk,
yeah.
nice to meet you. What's the deal with this lady then? What's she about? What's her star sign?
Tell me about Pretty Lady.
I'm just curious. Everything else seems to have like sorry, rude to speak with my mouth full. Everything else seems to be very like, you know, regimented, very like serious, and then you just got like a whole floor for a lady. It's just kind of interesting, you know.
It's Palace.
Yeah, do these have macadamia nuts in them? These are great.
You will be able to find the recipe to those in the library.
We gotta go to the library.
We have to give them the books.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
Everything.
As previously mentioned, the lady manages the day-to-day operations.
She like your boss.
In a sense. Factol is the overseer, the overarching leader of the philosophical sect, but the lady deals with the operational aspects of running such an organisation.
Is she like democratically voted in, or is it like a lineage thing?
I feel like it's probably more of a totalitarian state.
She was chosen by Factol to fulfill the position.
Where does
Nepotism.
Factol stay when he's at home?
Nice.
But he spends a large portion of his time in the bureaucracy, debating.
Masturbate.
I knew it was a king thing, this place.
The next room you go into, just sex. After all of this.
He's just hit by a wall of smell.
Oh, God.
That's pungent.
That's why they keep it sanitary out here. So
Yeah.
you've got like the
There's
clear
a break.
barrier.
It's a clear break.
it's-
Yeah.
They've kept all the windows closed.
Turn the heat up to 40.
He spends most of his time in the what was it? What did I say? Sorry. The court. Sorry. Debating different laws, rules, missives, and their effect on the multiverse, and namely how he can leverage them to gain power.
So would you need an invitation to see him?
Absolutely. Although he doesn't actually see visitors, an invitation would be exceedingly rare.
I've got a feeling we're not going to see these high-ups, but we could certainly try and access the library and learn what we can of what interests us. And absolutely checking the bazaar as well.
Also known as a gift shop.
Approaching, you see a human figure approaching from one of the spoke bridges. It was blue downstairs. This lady's wearing red. Let me keep an eye on these somewhere because I'm definitely going to forget.
It was green as well.
I think it was good.
Was it green? Sorry, yeah. Good, thank you.
Okay.
In which case then, this is red. Sash again. Slightly shorter human male, let's say like 5.4 foot tall. Claret, bright red sash, really popping against this more sterile environment. You see walking quite briskly, pair of not Ocelot, who am I thinking of? Otacon glasses, with a bundle of paperwork under his arm, and he approaches you. The receptionist stands up, just bows slightly, sits back down. That's Guvnor Esmeretti, it's a pleasure to meet you. I believe you're the party requesting access to the library.
That is correct, yes.
I've also heard you've requested special exemption
Yes.
under subsection 74X.
That's
Is
where it
that
is.
correct? Good.
That's the one.
Good. I brought the appropriate paperwork. It's in here somewhere. He's just rifling through one of those like leather bound. It's got a little drawstring on top, and it's still under his arm. He just pulls the drawstring, like bulges out a little bit, gets out a wad of paper, and just offers it to the group. These are the additional paperwork you have to fill in order for us to process that.
Sure. Well, hey, might as well continue as I've gone.
Yes, we will.
Hands it over to you.
We just still stood around you dribbling.
Yeah.
Paper work? I sure hope it does.
I hate that.
That's great. Big fan of that.
I made myself laugh.
You piece of shit.
Are you going to look through it all in detail? Are you going to read it word by word? It is definitely several pages again.
I'm gonna give it a damn good glance through. See if any buzzwords pop out, like
Death.
instant death, penalty of death, you die.
Okay. Alright. Intelligence check to
Come on,
decipher
don't
this.
fail me now. You've done well so far today. It's gonna fuck
You
up.
rolled very well so far.
Ooh, it's pretty shit. It's 11 plus 1, so
That's-
12.
It's not
It's
shit.
above average.
It's above average. It will...
You boys have been spoiled by high level campaigns.
Yeah.
Welcome to the mundanity of +1 modifiers. Okay, so what was it in total?
11 altogether. Yeah.
Okay, cool. This being one level deeper is full of stuff you just plainly don't. You can read the words, but you just don't understand what they are. And also, I think it's probably fair to say there's a bit of mental fatigue setting in at this point. You're the only one reading these documents. Everyone's relying on you. This is now the third one you're reading at a pace as well. So you're just getting to that stage. You're like, actually, this is like rubbing your
Taxing,
eyes.
yeah.
You're like, I don't want to read anymore. From that, you can garner. They have appeared to put several examples in there of, these are people that would qualify for exemption. None of them, the quick ones you had a quick glance at, you would qualify for. Out of those examples, a lot of them are to do with other planes and appear to be people of interest or positions of interest within other planes. Of interest and power, let's say, they would qualify just by their status to have this kind of documentation exemption.
So reading through it, I get the impression that based on who we are and what we've got and where we're from, we couldn't even sign this document if we wanted to.
You don't fulfil some of the low-hanging fruit. Most people signing this would fall into one of these 4 categories. You don't feel like you qualify for the top 3. The 4th one is like, I need to give you a reason why, to explain why I'm exempt, and there is a section of this documentation to fill in that's like a business case almost, that has like justification for that, why you'd rather pay the surcharge. You need to fill in a whole bunch of details about like all the metadata of the documentation you don't want to give away, so like pages, how many pages it is, approximation of the number of words that they're going to miss out on, number of volumes, number of tomes, weight of the documentation, all the other metadata rather than what's actually on the paperwork is what they're asking for. Author, when it was written, when it was published, when it was last edited. They want all of that still in addition to additional money, and then you can get in without giving, if of course someone reads it and they deem it a valid exemption.
I translate that as best I can to you lot.
To add, there is the initial visitation fee that you recall from the previous documentation you can pull up was 1,000 gold. With this new thing, this exemption, it's a percentage based on the volume of documentation you're keeping exempt. So it's a flat rate of like almost like per page. It's another percentage on top of that.
Feeling a little woozy after reading that. What do we want to do?
How much money do we even have?
Oh, we got like $5,000.
Money's not.
So turn to Cardinal and be like, I can see why you don't come here.
We have several difficulties at home living, learning laws, not so much a priority for the disconnected. And you can see Esmeretti is just like, just disappointed in to hear these words. Esmeretti is the chaperone with the glasses who has appeared. And again, he says, as you're looking through it and are looking a bit like, may I offer any assistance? I'd be gladly happy to take you through those pages.
Esmeretti, that would be great. So, in short, if someone didn't want to share something, they have to pay a certain amount of money.
Yes.
And then there still is the possibility they'll be made to share it.
Oh no! If you share it, the additional surcharge is waived.
Oh, right.
The flat rate still persists for my time, of course.
It's like a one-off payment, and then we can just
Indeed.
come in and out with said item.
No, you follow my word and do as I say when I say it. You'll have allotted time and areas, and when your time is eventually up, I will get you to leave. And you must do that.
What are we trying to learn from this library anyway?
I mean, yeah. Is there? Do we need to go in here really?
There's some things in this thing that I'm hypothetically talking about that we can
We
ask
have
about.
something that we don't want you to have. There you go.
Okay.
I assumed that was obvious from the quite passionate interest in the exemption documentation.
We're just learning about laws, right? I want to know all the laws that you've got.
A virtuous task.
I feel like all we really need to know is how to get back home.
Would we get to learn that if we went in?
That's a good question.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There you
So
go.
we wouldn't be able to learn how to get home.
No, you would.
Oh!
So how to get back home, and
I thought interplaying your travel was like restricted. That's what.
I think knowledge of it was restricted.
You must have misunderstood my colleague, and they share a look. You can roll an insight check if you want to discern the nature of
this
that.
lying
It's
bitch.
7.
We're the customers that they're going to bitch about afterwards.
Yeah, it's fucking idiots. 9 altogether.
9. Okay.
Ding ding ding. Where is insight? Oh yes, sick. 19.
Okay.
Ooh, baby.
Rizal.
My brain's hurting.
Yeah. Esmeretti glances to his colleague to be like, "That's the one I'm referring to." Otto, for you, there is a.
I've dealt with these pencil pushers.
When he says you must be misunderstood, there is a just out of sight of you. There is a smirk at like they're idiots. They've misunderstood something,
I like these.
and they want to use the library. Right? Okay. There's a little wry smirk between Esmeretti and the receptionist. You must have misunderstood my colleague. The nature of the order is restricted information to visitors, and
but if we pay, we get access to it.
no, that is you continue to misunderstand. Let me put it plainly one more time, but perhaps you'll comprehend that.
Me? Why are you singling out me?
Because no one else in your party does.
Just spit it out plainly then.
The order, which is to say us, you, and not you,
Yes.
the ones with the sashes,
Yes.
Yeah.
have the power, the order as a whole, not us personally, to traverse the planes that's been derived from our knowledge of multiplanar laws
Yes.
Sorry, just please stop me if I'm going a little bit too fast. Okay, I'm going to continue now.
You're going to be going real slow in a minute.
Or this.
It was me all along. Gotcha, bitch.
We have methods for traversing the planes that we use to further the order and the philosophical sect. Those means, limited to what we do, those are the ones that are restricted.
Yeah.
General multiplanar travel,
Yes.
people such as yourselves
Yes.
could potentially
You know, when
use.
we said that we wanted to know about that,
Yes,
we can.
Yes, my original answer to that question was indeed yes. Nothing's changed since then, 30 seconds ago.
So you know how we can get back home then?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, how can we do that?
Oh, no, you have to...
Okay.
You have to
Pay the toll.
So there's... let's start from that. A library is a collection of information in a format that normal humanoids can process.
Right.
Alright, Esmeretti, how much do we owe you?
You think you're better than us. You want money. Let's
Give you some coins. Come
shall
on.
we?
There is... We want to get into the library. There is a single piece of paper that we do not want you to have. How much does that cost before I lose my shit?
It doesn't look like you filled in the document while we've been talking, and I'm going to really need you to fill that in.
Okay, right. Is it just a single piece of
Hang
paper or is
on
it the
a
book
minute.
as well? There's a book as well.
I don't think no, because there's nothing really on there that's... There's nothing really on there that is
In
like
fact, you have-
incriminating.
You mean...
The journal.
yes, of his insane ramblings.
Yeah.
Yes, right, okay. Now, bear in mind, this paper are just notes from Elvira and Cobb. They're her notes.
Yeah. That's just a piece of paper, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But both, yeah? You want to do both?
Nah,
Look, I have a read of it. I don't think there's anything in there that is...
it's rambling.
The
Isn't it?
book has stopped me. I can't get in.
It's mainly him being
I'm
like...
not surprised.
I'm so stupid.
We do have a section of the library that deals with opening books. It's actually rather vast. I'm sure you'd love to read it.
It's mainly just him being like, fuck elves, I'm going to change the world needs to be changed, let's get this shit done. Whereas this is the one that actually has like
Specific
locations
details
and like...
Yeah, okay, so just a piece of paper.
Okay, would you like some assistance in filling out the form based on that information?
Sure, I will, yes.
Now...
Well, one last thing. When we get in the...
We're not at the end yet, but please.
Once we get in this library, is
Mhm.
there any more of this paperwork to read certain information, learn things, or is it kind of once you're in, you're in?
At several points throughout the visitation, you will be required to digest instructional guides.
Any of this...
Nothing more to sign, however.
Or pay for?
No.
Who wanted to come here?
I'm gonna kill him.
Whoever that is a very wise person. Are they with the group?
I'm no.
I'm just going to look at Cardinal.
Yeah. Slap him around the back of the head.
Is this not interesting for you?
I've just been...
Hey, Cardinal.
That's good for you. No, it could be incredibly useful, and it could mean that we can get you and us home. So, painful although the documentation is, yes, this is useful. So.
I just worry that these guys are going to end up like those individuals in the certain alleys in Randall, you know?
Oh, what's sketchy?
What's
Get in the
Sucking
door and then next thing
Oh.
you know, it's another little bit of this.
Oh, I thought you meant like a sucking dick.
That's exactly what I mean.
We bring Cardinal back! He just starts walking the streets with money!
He's got no other skills. You just dumped him in the real world and he's got no skills.
He just opens his mouth.
Guess he'll have me D40 on that metal tongue of his and he's going to go the fucking clappers.
Person saying you like that, you like affirmative.
Oh, is it good?
Is this
I
satisfactory?
do not know. Good.
not good, not bad.
Christ.
Oh. Yeah, let's fill in this document then and
Okay.
pay him his money. Give him his money.
He is going to fill it in for you
Thank God.
based on the thing you've given him, which is one piece of paper. He will ask, is it double-sided?
No.
He will ask on
Sit in
the...
the corner.
Yeah.
No.
This hypothetical piece of paper we may or may not have.
Schrodinger's paper.
He will ask on the quality of that paper, the GSM.
Can I take a guess?
Yes, you can just...
Yep.
6.
Yeah.
6. And he's like, 6D? That's more accurate. You notice... Actually, well, are you anyone watching? Or are you just... He was just doing it on the reception desk?
I do not care.
No, keep an eye on it as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No?
Nope.
Okay, those that do, you can roll me a perception check.
These swindlers.
You need to read the documentation.
No good. 8.
Okay, fine.
You read shit.
I'm going to look for
10.
traps.
Okay. Both of you...
I'm not going to read the paper, am I?
Both of you, he is whizzing through this with a practiced expertise, just like, okay, right, and just like skipping bits. You know, like when you do a DVLA form, you have to like explicitly mark out areas that you don't have an answer for to prove that you've like read and said, I don't have an answer for that. He's just like zip, 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 like done, doing it and just like whipping through. By the time he's
Jobs worth.
got to the bottom of a page, you've not even barely read a couple of the answers to the top half that he's answering it as he's going through.
This guy's hustled so many people.
Isn't it?
This is a place of law, gentlemen.
Walks away with his bling on.
Yeah, you know his hands are just ripped.
Covered in.
Just winks a smile at us and it's just this grip.
To fill in the form, he gets out like a gold pen box. He's like, clip, clip.
Checks his gold Rolex out.
Yeah.
But no, he completes it all and just quickly does some like mental like on an abacus in his just from habit, and says with the fee and of course, as you're aware, the additional fee for having me complete the form for you, the additional fee of the approximation work. So there's a collateral in there, contingency for errors in the data you've provided. That brings the total to 1,500 gold.
Fucking hell.
Christ.
Okay.
Best open up there.
I can see you're not enamoured with that cost. However, I would remind you, this is probably the single most expansive archive of multiplanar knowledge that
Alright,
exists.
just fucking you love this place. Alright, we get it.
Alright, well, we're doing it, so whatever.
There you go.
Oh, 750. Plus another 2,000 somewhere. I don't know where that is.
The bag.
Probably.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I'll make sure that's the one.
Nothing. Take it.
I've got 750 up.
And
So.
just so I know again, that document that isn't hypothetical,
Yep.
if we were to go away from this place, come back another day, you would never ever need to see that.
Well, we didn't discuss that at the time I filled in the initial document.
We are never
So
coming back.
There
here again.
wasn't a future exclusionary clause. I didn't fill that in for you as you didn't request that at the time of completion. As such, there will be an additional surcharge at that time. However, you'll be pleased to know it isn't quite as much as it is now, as it is merely the retrieval from the archive of this document we've just signed.
How much is that?
She was talking about completion. It's probably never completed by a woman.
So if you wish to return,
I hate this place.
that'll be the flat fee of 1,000. The exclusionary caveat, of course, will bump that up. However, instead of 1,500, that'll be 1,350.
We'll never return to this place.
We'll just leave it at Cardinals next time.
Yeah, that's it.
Excellent. If you're ready, if you could please leave with my colleague here all other documentation that you have with you.
I don't have anything.
Do you want this crowbar?
No, that's not.
Not to say that I don't trust you, because you're clearly not a bunch of swindlers. Is there any way that you've got anything that you use to seal parchment, letters, anything along those lines?
Well, we do indeed. You can find that in the bazaar.
You don't just have some knocking about.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
I could put in a requisition form for you to retrieve some for the bazaar on your behalf. Now,
It will cost you this.
I'm beginning to suspect this won't come as a surprise, but there will be a surcharge on that.
May as well go to fucking Disneyland.
Do you like your job?
This part, not so much. The pursuit of knowledge, very much so.
It doesn't look like you.
Hey,
Pursuit of knowledge.
I know.
Yeah.
I know that I've got random shit in my bag. I suppose anybody's got. I know it's fucking different. Before anybody jumps on me, has anybody got a candle? Because I would like to place a seal on this piece of parchment because I don't trust you lot. At least that way.
stays with us.
Yes, you're keeping that with you.
Wait, I thought you just said, have we got any other bits?
Yeah, the stuff that they're going to read.
Oh,
You've
right.
excluded the piece of parchment.
Cool, right. I thought we
Successfully.
still had to leave it with
No,
you.
no.
Right.
That's
Hypothetically.
exempt from this.
Oh, then I don't give a fuck.
Right, then you can
Read
peruse the
these
bazaar
nuts.
at your leisure after the visit. We are particularly interested in contracts, any legal documents you might have, any legal proceedings, any agreements or any arrangements you may have on your person.
Nope.
None of them.
Well,
This is where DM is like, actually you do, and you've just fucked up.
not yet, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, okay.
Outside from the ones you've just signed, like 4 documents for.
Burn them afterwards.
Otherwise, we'll just review any other documentation you may have on you.
Take it.
I have a cactus.
I literally have nothing in my inventory.
I have a rug.
That's a nice rug, though.
Books that I picked up from.
Cool.
Oh, shit. Yeah,
Oh, the ones
got a
you
couple of
stole.
books.
The wizardy spell books.
I've also got Murigor's photo.
Oh shit!
No, I gave it back, but you do have that.
I
so-
do have that.
You gotta give it.
Oh yeah. Fucking hand it over.
Yeah, as I hear you just mutter, you stole them. Have you not got a photo?
I don't like you. Yeah, I guess I'd have to hand that over, wouldn't I?
Indeed.
Pass it over, but I should take it. I'm just holding on to it.
He's smiling.
As Esmeretti comments, your reluctance has unfortunately been noted.
I fucking have to charge me for my reluctance or something.
So for being reluctant, it's a surcharge.
We do have a big reluctance.
No, but if you guys had read the T's and C's more thoroughly, you might have an appreciation.
I'm
for
starting to
things.
lose the line between Danilo and this jobs worth guy. Really starting to
Who's
Hang on a minute. His name backwards spells Danilo.
If you rearrange the letters.
If you'd read the T's and C's, you'd have seen it.
Hey, I don't read T's and C's in real life, so it's fine.
Next thing you know, we're going to be a human centipede.
They collect the books, they collect the diary, the last known recordings, the family photo, and anything you might have, and Esmeretti leaves it with the receptionist, who promptly gets out a little box, almost like a shoebox style thing, and then just places it all inside. Thanks you all. And Esmeretti says, your visitation to the library now formally commences. If you'd like to follow me, please.
Let's go!
Okay, let's go.
It's going to be so boring.
Yeah. It's just like 2 books.
Well, yeah. One book just open, like, gotcha.
No, this is a place of law.
As we're walking, I'm just like, Cardinal, are you on like a fee, like a commission to bring people here?
It's all a big con.
Yeah.
Did you use a discount code?
Him and Esmeretti are like shaking hands. It's like palming off gold. Like, yeah, cheers. Nah, cheers. Oh, beep boop. What? I don't know where we are. Yeah, nah, sound. Yeah. Nah, I've got another party on the way.
It's just
Enjoy
a
the
club
life,
promoter.
Yeah. I've got a discount. Good discount.
No, I'm not coming in with you. You guys go.
2 for 1 on books tonight, boys.
Get a free shot with the wristband.
Oh god.
Sorry, this is for my own edification. The things that we're looking for. Did we ever get like a name for the specific items?
Let me check the paperwork if I put it on there or not.
I had a look through. I couldn't see anything.
Oh no, I left it off on the title. They are kind of indirectly called potentiality remnants, which is a very elven way of saying remnants of power, items of power.
Cool. Thank you. Just for
Future reference.
Yeah.
And Esmeretti begins to usher you down one of the spoked platforms away from the reception area. And that is as good a time as any to take a short break as you enter the belly of the Fortress of Disciplined Enlightenment.
Brilliant burst.
Thank you all for joining us in this first half. Go and take a 15 or so minute break if you're watching on the stream. If you are, thank you very much. Refresh yourself, stretch your legs, have a drink, enjoy some time away from our voices. And there's no, everyone's looking at me. There's no bit. There's no bit.
I thought you were doing the bit.
Nah.
man.
I'm tapped out. I'm exhausted. There's no bit.
Is that the bit?
We'll just see them after the break.
We'll just come back.
Okay.
We'll just come back from a break.
Welcome back. Have you had a lovely time on your 15-minute break? Everything just happened.
Did it?
Oh, that's the bit.
We got him. That's the bit.
He just
Probably
bit
couldn't
him.
hear it.
Nah, they heard it. Yeah, they heard it. I can't live with the knowledge that they didn't hear it. So they definitely had it. It definitely worked, and it was definitely very good. You feel
best
back.
The bits are getting deper and deeper and deeper.
Taking a lot more effort.
We'll have an end of year wrap up of all best bits.
All the best bits.
There's only 1 week where it'll be like, we'll see you after this break, and then it will just be 2 weeks.
Stream offline. But that'll be the stream of all the best bits. Will just be every bit from every episode. So.
No,
Just have to rewatch
you've
the
had
whole
some
campaign.
absolute dog ones.
Yeah. Now when you're right, you're right.
Yeah.
Nah, we got them. All those idiots who listen to us. We got them good. You really should watch us on video platforms or on the stream because that worked a lot better.
That did not translate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the audio was a little bit quiet.
Yeah, why was he whispering? Now, for real though, we are back. This isn't pre-recorded. This is legit. Yeah.
Doesn't stop.
We're all stacked up. Nah, but for real this time. No cap.
It just cuts to us outside. Like.
Still on a fag break. The video, that bit will keep him going for another 15 minutes. We are back as you have now dealt with the bureaucracy of the Fortress of dedicated. Is that right?
No.
Disciplined Enlightenment. Sorry.
Not very enlightened.
You are following Guvnor Esmeretti into the library as you've now paid your visitation fees. Well,
Up the wazoo.
up the wazoo. Hey, apart from the people that work here, think about what other regular mortals have visited this place. Probably not very many.
So we're better than them?
If you measure betterness by places you've been, then yes.
So much better.
by the end of the campaign, you'll be very good.
He's good.
He's good.
So yeah, you follow Esmeretti over one of these platforms, and he eventually brings you to a door not too dissimilar to the one outside the lift. He presses a few buttons on a control panel on the outside. Door opens. Oh, there you are. My notes disappeared somewhere. Right. Okay. Okay. So, Esmeretti begins to walk you through a small corridor. Again, not much to see. Kind of like white, a lot of white. I'm not sure on what material it is. Brings you to another set of doors. Are you guys talking of anything? Asking about anything?
Marvel.
So, like, if you could find out one bit of information about anything, what would you want to find out? Nice little question.
Well, to be honest, I wouldn't mind finding about some magical items.
Just in general?
Well, you know.
You could just, like...
One thing, I want to find out all the magical items.
What would bring my friend back?
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Alright, that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. I feel like that's good.
Why my dad hates me.
Don't think they'll have that in
that at the drop of that, Esmeretti just for a fraction just stops walking forward before continuing again. Like that, boom.
Well, I mean,
You don't need to look in these books to find that out. That's for
Wow.
Hey, no.
Okay.
Whoa.
Zing.
That was a moment of vulnerability there. I feel like, hey.
I got this monocle, you know.
I hope that you do find the answer to that at some point. You know, nobody wants to know that their father hates them.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun.
But probably not.
Would you like it?
I want to see you smile like that photo.
My dad.
Bet you would. Bet you would. Not gonna happen around you, that's for sure.
Well, I would like to see it, to be honest.
Therapy session.
Esmeretti's like, we are reaching the end of the corridor, just to make you all aware.
Esmeretti, you're not holding a stick, so you can't join in the therapy session. Alright?
I'm not holding the...
Hey, what about you, Riz?
Oh, I guess I'd just bring it back to the reason we're here and how to get home, or something along the lines of this document that we've not shared with
Lame.
this gentleman.
What about you, then, sir?
That's a great question. I wasn't prepared for this to be turned around on me. How to find purpose in life.
Damn. Probably is a book.
Again, doubt you've got that in a book.
No, we are a place of laws, so some of these things that you've mentioned will be covered often in an indirect fashion by the laws of the plane.
I would just like to say, this was a hypothetical question. I know that most of this isn't necessarily going to be found in the library. It's kind of like a bonding exercise to get to know each other. You failed, just so you're aware.
Okay.
You two A+. Well done.
Wow. Thanks.
Really grew. You need to work harder on that. All right, break down them walls.
I feel like I'm gelling just fine. Thank you for the insight on social interactions.
What about this guy? Does he want to ask
nobody
a question?
gives a shit about it.
He wants to know all of it.
He wants to just know how he can make more money out of us. Yeah.
I can tell you my answer. For 50
Yeah.
gold.
Esmeretti, what would you want to know? You probably know a lot of stuff already, but what's like one thing that if you could just open a book and it tells you right there, square and center?
Well, the ultimate goal is to understand how, ideally, how the law of Mechanus operates. Ideally, we would overthrow Primus, and then we would have ultimate control of this plane as a platform to then gain further control over the multiverse. So if I could open a book and find the fundamental workings of this plane in a decipherable fashion, then that would be fantastic.
I regret asking him.
But it does bring up a point. So of all the planes you know, you said with the main one we're from, I forget what it's called.
The prime material.
That's it. They said
I don't care.
whatever. 99.9% of it you knew, right? What about this plane or Mechanus? What do you know of this place as a collective? Is it what as a percentage?
Probably 69.
Hey, Esmeretti, fucks.
Books.
You said. Nah, shit.
Nice. Zing.
Could you not feel the tension with him and the receptionist? Will they, won't they?
Yeah, that little smirk.
It was...
Going off to the little restricted section.
Yeah, just go into a room together. All you hear is like a book slamming shut over and over again. You like that?
Clapping cheeks. Clapping them pages.
Give me knowledge.
You guys are like anti-knowledge people.
We're so stupid.
We big dum-dum don't like smart mark.
Burn the Palace of Library of Alexandria down.
I would like to cast Eternal Flame.
We were at approximately 72%, rounding down in this instance. However, with the arrival of the movers, that introduced some unknowns into our knowledge and pushed that percentage down by about 10%.
Okay.
But you say you want to take over Primus? You want to get rid of him?
Oh, understand how it works.
Getting close to that? Or?
We have some legway to make, but there are suggestions that we are getting closer as a sect.
What's the running theory?
You're asking me on our current theory of the law of Mechanus.
I like to think he's actually laughing.
He does. Roll me an intelligence. Let's say saving throw in this instance.
Oh
God.
Okay.
Don't get hurt!
You're gonna get a nosebleed.
Yeah.
6. Oh dear, you forgot your brain.
Did you use the right dice again?
Yeah.
So that's like
Esmeretti begins quite readily and happily reeling off a list of, like, I guess an equivalence would be like stuff like physical laws in our world, like E equals MC squared, the cause and effect, all that kind of, the fundamental laws that we have that govern our existence in the real world. Equivalences like that for Mechanicus, using analogies, but it is all him literally, for maybe the first minute, you think he's speaking a different language.
wow. Okay.
You're just like, what is this guy going on about now? And he just launches off into, well then, of course, of this, and this, and then that, and then that, and of maybe you understand it if I
I'm
do
gonna
this,
stop
and
you
blah,
there.
blah, blah, and then...
I'm gonna stop you there. I just realised I don't care.
Reverse intelligence saving throw, DM.
Pity. Anyway, we've arrived now at the entrance to the library. Again, plug the 3 buttons into a control panel. Door opens, and there is a noticeable and physical on you guys. You're all like drawn forward a second. There's a gust of air just blows past you as you look out into a vast, TARDIS-like vast expanse of books and tomes and tiers and levels and walkways. Think the Belmont Hold from the Castlevania anime series, but exponentially larger. You like that?
Yeah, I like that. That's a good cut.
That cut, like crisscross walkways, pathways. some plinths here and there dotted around, some glass cabinets, just rows and rows, and books and books. Esmeretti says, well, which laws would you like to learn about first?
The ones about travelling.
This way! And it just starts darting off. Do you guys follow?
Yeah. On his
We
heels.
paid him, so.
Yeah.
Paid the
Get our money's worth.
This motherfucker's got me working hard.
Okay, cool. You walk for about 20 minutes.
Jesus.
Good lord.
Following him, who he does not drop a beat. Occasionally he will point out points of interest. Less than half you guys would recognise the words that he says. Oh, this relates to the Quixmatic paradigm of Archon. And you're just like, okie dokie.
Love that guy.
Just be like, damn, bro.
He was big in the 90s.
Yeah.
Or, this wing here deals with the historical evidence of property law. The first instance of property ownership on the prime material. It's just that, and it will just flip flop to you guys. There's no rhyme or reason. You'll turn a corner from property law, like a deed of ownership to an acre of land on the prime material, and then the next step will be like the psionic power of taking agency away from another human being, and where the law of that breaks down on other planes, and how some laws like transcend planes. And he starts talking about 4-dimensional spaces and how some things are like cross-modal across those dimensional spaces. Next wing, he's like, oh, and divorces, and it's like a huge, like massive section on like the law of breaking an agreement, essentially.
Doesn't sound like it's organised very well.
No, it's a very good point.
I'm just saying.
Could do a decimal system or something. I don't listen to hip hop.
As I said, you're following him during this time. Anyone want to do anything?
Are there any other people that aren't wearing sashes in here?
No.
Right.
But there are plenty of people, I
Wearing
might add.
sashes, yeah.
The same colour as Esmeretti.
Okay. Red.
Yes. Doing various things, up ladders, sliding along, passing things down, interrogating pieces of paper with monocles, all that kind of stuff, just permanently.
There's no like signs sticking out from the shelves to say what's down there. He's just like, I know what this is.
There are, but he's not looking at them.
I will keep an eye out for any signs, just as we're kind of walking. I'll just have a quick glance of anything that happens to say, I don't know, resurrection or something along those lines.
Okay.
Something like death.
Okay.
I'm not like, it's just like,
yeah, roll me a d20, because it will be the equivalent of finding a needle in a haystack. We're talking like divine intervention level here.
what was it saying?
What was the roll?
Perception.
No, just a d20.
Oh, 12.
12. Okay, fine. Roll me now just an intelligence check.
9.
No fucking idea. You may have passed it. You couldn't work out. You don't want to have too much of a distance between yourself and Esmeretti. Something mentioned maybe something to do with that, but it could have been a weird synonym for like cessation of contracts, like ceasing a contract. But you don't know if that was to do with like the ceasing of living things or agreements or anything like that. So you've sort of done.
Man, this place must have the best gift shop you've ever seen.
It is making me really look forward to the bazaar. Being in the library.
Yeah, that's the gift shop.
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, call it what it is. It's a gift shop. Okay, don't take this away from me.
But none of us read the contracts. That might be insulting what you just said.
Oh,
As Moretti says, I'm going to choose to ignore that statement. However, he is right in that there are several rules around the nomenclature for calling something a gift shop, and as such, we're not legally allowed to call it that. If you could please refrain from calling it a gift shop.
These guys are hustlers.
We're never getting out of it.
It's IKEA. There's no windows.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
Don't have to pay tax if it's not a gift shop.
Yes.
I fail at that, and I'll just
Hang your head in shame.
1,000-yard stare. Just God.
Because you said transport, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You've realised my rules. He eventually brings you. You've gone downstairs. You've gone up spiral staircases. You've even gone in short little elevators, like one by one. He's had to bring you down. But you eventually get to a section, just a big tall row of books, and he says, "So, transport, where would you like to start? We have the first records here of ownership of horses on the prime material plane."
Oh, okay. Thinking more between plane kind of travel and transport.
Right. It takes a few steps, stops and turns around and says, "Could you be any more precise or provide any additional context?"
You know the method you spoke about earlier that we can't use, but you use to go from one place to another as an organisation.
Yes.
That.
No, because that's restricted information. Perhaps you're still misunderstanding.
Probably.
Told you it was going to hustle us.
I think we might be a bit yes.
We have means of travelling. You can't know that.
Mm.
Everybody else has means of travelling that you can know.
Okay.
You fall into the everyone else category.
So-
Quick way to tell. Do you wear sashes? No. You're in the everyone else category.
I roll to attack.
Close the headbutt.
If you'd like to follow me, in which case.
So you're going to show us ways that other people can transfer between planes, but not how you do it.
I'm going to show you the set of archive books that deal with the laws of planar travel, yes.
Between this plane and the...
You specifically wish to know about Mechanus.
From here to
here.
home.
Yeah. To the prime tip. Thank you. See, this is the additional specificity and context that allows me to direct your inquiries more accurately. If you'd like to follow me, please.
You want to snap his neck?
Who's more annoying, Esmeretti or Rowdy?
Fucking this guy.
Rowdy was fine. It was the clocks.
This guy is insufferable. Fucking jacking off at his own voice.
Oh shit, the lines between Danilo and they're blurring again.
You wait till we do thinking correctly.
Yeah, anyway, stop talking, Mark. My bad. But
I'm not going to finish this way.
I cut those bits out.
I wondered what I might get you.
Yeah. You continue to follow Esmeretti, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so.
Cool. He takes you to a section on specifically planar travel, subsection on Mechanus, another layer down of trying to get the laws of planar travel between Mechanus and the prime material. There are probably 100 books now in this subsection.
Is there?
He goes, there you go. Please enjoy at your leisure within the allowance that was detailed in the original agreements.
You know these books quite well, do you?
I can't say I've read every single book, unfortunately. As much as it pains me to say, of course, I haven't read every single book in the library. Perhaps one day, but I have potentially perused some of these in the past.
So you can give us like a summary, a quick rundown of these books.
What would you like to know in particular?
Like key points.
Okay.
Which one's going to tell us how to get home?
Or if there's like a idiot's guide to doing the interplanar travel. If there's a book for that, that would be Fantastic.
A law of people that don't like to read. Read this.
Pictures. We want pictures.
Are there any colouring books?
If only there was a theatre. One of these 9 wings of the theatre.
Yeah.
Where it's everything. It's moving images.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of ChatGPT?
Okay, Esmeretti says, let me take a quick look here, and he thumbs through the spines of the books. Takes one out, opens it. You're all just standing in here. Occasionally people will pass by and will kind of be like, excuse me, and try and move past you. And he says, well, typically on the prime material, playing our travel is outlawed. So it is illegal. Happy with that, Tom?
Oh yeah.
Please just say if any words I use you need a definition of. But we do have a definition section, which is vast. Actually, one of the largest sections of the library is the definitions.
We'll refer to your definition.
Okay, fine. Not legal. Is the definition of illegal.
Just if we need it. Thank you though.
Now, however, for most individuals on the prime material, this is irrelevant as they have no means to travel in these illegal methods. Mechanus, on the other hand, being ostensibly run and owned by Primus, who sets all the laws available. Yes. Thumbs through to the back. Yes, also illegal to and from this plane. Presumably why I understand you've met some of his mechanical creatures.
Very best pleased, yeah.
Yes, that would be why. And he is very much within his right to do so, and frankly I'm surprised you've made it this far.
Yeah, this was our first outing as a group as well, so we really started strong.
Really?
As
interesting.
This group. I think there was others before me.
I mean,
Have any of you thought about a pre-adventurer agreement where you can make an agreement between party members that will agree to a fair share of the loot, who gets what in the case of any emergency disbandments of the party, the loot gets shared fairly, who is responsible for certain, elements of running an adventuring party.
You trying to write this up for us and then...
I'm saying such agreements can exist and can be found if you wish them.
Yeah, we tend to do that verbally.
Yeah, we don't need any written contracts.
You realise that's worthless, of course.
Man's only as good as
really
his word,
struggling over here. I want to snap someone's neck.
I just on the walk on the way here, I noticed there was some you were feeling each other out, and it just felt like maybe some of you would want some assurance if anything were to happen to yourselves or to the other people in the party.
I think the biggest worry we have is getting home right now, really.
Esmeretti, do you have a family? Do you have people that would miss you if you were gone?
One of the choices you make in joining the Order is the abandonment of those elements, so they have almost certainly gone through that period.
Okay, so no real loss if you were to just die.
It would be a loss to the Order, and almost certainly you would also perish.
Oh, I don't think he was insinuating anything.
Who, me? No, absolutely not.
Excellent. As I was then.
Back to travel. Let's talk about travel. How do we do this?
Let me have a look. It wouldn't be included in this book. Puts it back. Finds another one. Has to kind of awkwardly now shuffle past. I just need to get to it.
He loves it though. He fucking loves it.
Right. Just gonna. Sorry, I just need to. It's like pulling it out into you to. There we go. Sorry, that was a bit difficult to get out of that.
I'm gonna get a dart out and just start doing my nails.
Do you?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bum 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 bum.
As he opens the book, he catches. Actually, no, we'll roll. He does not.
Oh.
Fine. He gets out this book. And starts to read. Yes. Here is the list of illegal methods of planar travel. Is this correct? I don't want to make any additional assumptions about the
This
nature
sounds
of...
great.
Okay. Now, look at you getting your notes out. Nerd! Read a book!
Get out of here.
Books.
Verbal contracts. Immediately starts to write something down. He says, several of these are applicable to all of the planes, indeed. So it's probably worth keeping that in mind should you need it for any other efforts. Most of the planar sites that are available to mundane travellers, such as yourselves, are, on the prime material at least, focused on elements, items, locations of resonance, let's say, which is to say an area of the prime material plane that has a unique relationship with the plane it's attached to. So if one were... Perhaps, and if one were to travel to the plane of water, you would likely find that in or near a large body of water. As previously mentioned, these methods are illegal from both parties involved, both the receiver and the destination and the origination points are illegal. As such, you'll find these places typically heavily guarded by some kind, sometimes of creatures naturally from the plane that bleed through into the prime material, other times by more conscious efforts of guarding. Physical, mental, guards themselves, creatures to guard the location, or perhaps just physical inhibitors to gaining access. Now that is the typical way, let's say, of travelling through planes. Bear with me a second, as I do have a list of this. I don't think I copied over into this one. Did I? Cool. In addition, those that have knowledge of these portals, these points, and have bested the guards or found defenses against whatever things are in place, they're often also subject to the seasons, let's say, or the whims of the beings that control them or have control over them. Specific times, there may be other specific requirements. Again, just to reiterate, all of this is quite explicitly illegal for all parties involved who have a stake in these crossings. You may need specific items, you may need to be arranged in a certain manner, you may need to have other prerequisites fulfilled depending on the portal. People need to use this pathway, so you need to keep your arms to yourselves. Was in the agreement.
The chief thing in the agreement.
I just want to kill him so bad.
Now, moving on, there is another chapter here on magic. Are any of you familiar with this?
Yes.
That's me.
Excellent. So, perhaps you are aware of these already, but spellcasters of a sufficiently high level will have access to spells that allow them to traverse planes at their beck and call, at a whim.
Good night.
Do you have? Assuming you don't have that, which is why you're asking.
Yeah, I think we would not be here if
that
that was the case. You know? Don't need to be patronising.
I'm merely just trying to get as much information as I can. Some spells here specifically called out: plane shift, speaks for itself, I hope. Gate and astral projection are the 3 examples given that will enable a group of adventurers. Now, don't get me wrong, there are inherent risks involved with that. So, and as Esmeretti turns to Slev and Lotto, who you've just mentioned you're not spellcasters, and he says, and you would be putting your life in the hands of those casting the spells, and as such, there is a risk of death or worse, perhaps in some cases. So if you were to calculate that risk and the cost, you don't want to do it. That's fine. We'll move on. And finally, there are more mundane ways to get to the inner planes, as they're called. There's inner and outer planes. I won't bore you with the details. I'm sure you already know. We have another section on that if you wish to learn about that. Several of the inner planes are, let's say, more intrinsically linked. They're more aligned with the material plane. As such, they are easier to traverse. Mechanus is not one of these. You must have found one of the portals of spellcasting that is not within your remit. The astral, the ethereal planes, very closely linked to the prime material, as are the Feywild and the Shadowfell. There will be more frequent planar crossings. There will be more options available to do this, often at random, often at the confluence of magical power innate in the weave. Still illegal, much harder to enforce. Those are the prime ways.
Any of those planes close to Mechanus? So like almost like an in-between, I guess, between...
Plane between planes.
Yeah. If we're not close, if Mechanus isn't close to the old prime material, then...
Like a biplane.
We could go through like the Feywild or something, you know what I mean?
That's an interesting question.
Oh God.
I wish I hadn't.
I've been giving you the short version of this. However, there is a meta plane, if you will, a plane within planes. The astral plane.
Oh.
Which could be considered, let me put it in terms you would comprehend, imagine a bowl of soup. Have you all experienced a bowl of soup? Stew, perhaps?
Yes.
And you have... I'm feeling some animosity towards me, and yet merely I'm performing the function that you have requested, but...
Carry on.
There will be a feedback form at the end.
Oh.
Recommended.
Is there a character count?
You're like sharpening your quills, fucking... Let me at that form. Imagine a stew. The carrots and potatoes and vegetables bobbing around in that stew are the other planes. Perhaps a hunk of lamb is the material plane. The stew itself, the fluid liquid that goes throughout the vegetables, that would be the astral plane. Very risky.
It's all around them.
But you can, with relative ease, find yourself on the astral plane. And from there, get to all of the other planes.
With these?
Is a relative term. The reason why I say that's an interesting question, you'll like it, is just as much as I do, I'm sure, is there's no one true ruler of the astral plane in the sense that Primus is of Mechanus. So the laws are sparse there. So the legality is, you might say, a bit of a loophole with traversing through the astral plane.
Must be your worst nightmare. No laws.
Oh. How naive. Loopholes are our speciality.
On the contrary.
Yeah.
You
Fucking idiot.
It makes sense. He says it's illegal to travel between planes, but these cunts do all the time.
Yeah.
Illegal for mundane folk.
Oh, okay.
Elitism.
The 1%.
Yeah. Ooh.
So that is the predominant illegal methods of transport between planes. You mentioned that you must have travelled here through a portal, a clock shop, I think you mentioned.
Yes.
That would track with Mechanus. It is a plane of neutrality, it is a plane of order, it is a plane of routine. A site of that could theoretically hold a portal to such. Was it guarded in any way like I discussed?
There was a locked door. But other than that, it wasn't guarded really.
Like a wooden door? That doesn't sound that guarded.
It was a metal door, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a
The,
big metal cog, and Rowdy had the key.
key.
I suppose you could count Rowdy as the
The guard.
guards bore you to death.
If he knows a fucking way home.
Oh.
He's already home.
Yeah, putting his feet up,
Yeah.
blowing up the door so you guys can't come back. Get those fuckers, tell me I made a shit clock. Let's see, they're not living in a clock, man.
So, is it safe to assume that somewhere on Mechanus there is a portal back to the prime material plane?
Quite possibly, yes.
Are there any books saying exactly where it is and what it looks like?
No, I'm afraid not.
No.
Now, of course, another loophole. I feel like you're interested in loopholes as much as I am. Something to bond over, perhaps.
Yes.
You might, if you could just remember that when you're filling in the feedback forms. Now, the ultimate beings of each of the planes often have the power to veto laws at their whim. Some might define that as a loophole. So, obviously, Primus would have ultimate power to send you back without issue.
But he doesn't want us here in the first place, so he'd probably kill us.
Or send you home, indeed.
Oh. Okay.
Best shot we got.
Might work.
Where?
That was an or though. So he could kill us or send us back.
Yes.
Yes.
I would not even deign to begin to think about the machinations of creatures such as Primus. They are a law unto themselves.
That was really grind your gears.
Don't bond with it.
I'm not.
Don't bond with
Oh god.
What other sections would you like? We are approximately halfway through your allotted time of this section.
Where would we find Primus if we were to?
That's a good question. I feel like I do have the answer. If you bear with me a second.
Don't be wasting our time.
He doesn't
I turned the clock off.
Taking the scenic route.
I can only assume
That's a pretty exact question there.
This is going on the feedback form.
I can only assume you haven't read the paperwork because there's quite explicit clauses around the timing.
Not the loophole that I found.
Right, give me a second. Bloody hell, I did write this down. Talk amongst yourselves for a second.
How you doing, Slevin?
I feel like you're getting quite angsty over there.
You know, I was doing well in this whole monk training thing, and it just feels like the world is constantly testing what it is to be a monk. And honestly, I feel like maybe I shouldn't be a monk. You know, maybe I should abandon that.
Be like a rogue or something.
Nah, maybe just be a murderer. Just go around and just murder people that annoy me.
What would be your breaking point? Who would be the first killer?
I feel like
I don't think
my
you should say
breaking
that.
point would be if this guy was talking at me whilst there was a lot of clocks. I'd pass out and wake up and there'd be blood everywhere.
I mean, is it worth us? We obviously wasted a lot of time here looking for our way home. So we were.
There's no way home.
Well, yeah, from the sound of it, that's what we found out. Is it worth us maybe like this regulator and that was meant to be like a? An
Oh, we
option?
could ask some questions about that.
Then we need to destroy that ultimately before we go. Is that alright?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could see where it is. What it is.
It's in this
Well, we're saying that like if we destroyed the regulator, that would possibly
Send
send
us
us all home.
Possible.
That's
But-
what Cardinal said.
Yeah.
What's this guy? No, he's dribbling in the corner.
Still staring at a wall.
He's chewing on a book.
People are
apparently.
mistaking him for a bin.
Yeah.
Keep chucking stuff in.
But that is in this building, right?
No.
That's where we're
Oh,
going.
we're going through it, right?
Next.
I see.
This is a point of interest.
Mm.
Nothing interesting about this place. Just
a bunch of
Poindexters.
Dickheads.
Fancy old sachet.
So this.
Found it.
Good one.
Finally, fuck me.
What's that one?
You asked where is Primus?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, feet.
Yeah.
Gotta love them feet.
I love feet.
Big time.
All them toes.
Primus resides in Regulus, which is the home of the Modrons, the creatures that attacked you.
We probably wouldn't survive if we fought those when we got here, right?
I was not there to.
It was bad.
To
It was real
qualify
bad.
your performance.
We would probably die, yeah. We got any books on the regulator?
Now that is part of the 10% that was introduced with the gnomes here that we are
Still learning about.
researching on.
Want to send some of your people with us to go fight it, kill it, destroy it?
That is not within my remit. I imagine that would take several cycles to organise the paperwork for that, but definitely I'll take your feedback on board and feed that back.
Could be quite good research once it's gone.
Quick question for you. You work in seconds and things. How long's a cycle?
Ooh.
Right.
You know
I worked this out last time. So whatever that was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
had
did do
this,
some math.
Because it was like 1,750,000 cycles was 200 years. So do the maths and work it out.
Work it
No.
back.
I want you.
We're paying you good money.
Esmeretti.
Mr. Retty. But what he does say, after he will tell you whatever that fucking number is, is that is relative to your current frame of reference. So the plane that we're on now.
Oh, so when we're
In
here,
a sense.
when we're here, time could be faster, slower elsewhere.
Yes.
Oh no.
Even this plane.
Hold on. How much faster is the material plane to here? Or slower?
So, please.
Yeah, slower preferably.
What's the time dilation?
It is fewer here than it is in other planes. A lot of the dilation occurs during transition between the planes. That is the moments of gross dilation.
When we travel from one to the other.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
However, during your time here, there are no laws pertaining to this. It is a force of nature, often at the whims of beings the like of Primus. So nothing is, that is to say, nothing governs the dilation between the two. It just simply is. I could expect a variance of 10 to 25% on perceived time versus relative time of the prime material in either direction.
So it could be 10 or 25% faster or slower one way or the other.
Let's hope slower.
But it could change.
But the ultimate effect is you will be at that difference on the other side.
Do you have any books on destroying the regulator, hypothetically?
Well, without a fundamental understanding of what the regulator is, no. However, we have several books on the legality of destruction and in what circumstances it's legal. In general, of course.
You keep saying legal, illegal. Who enforces these laws? Or is it just laws that you just break by doing it?
The oft depends on the regulatory bodies of their sources. So here it is us and Primus to a lesser extent, one that we wish to keep pushing lesser. Prime material, it will be either the laws of nature. You jump, you rise a number of feet in the ground before returning to Earth. Who enforces that? It is a law of nature. Murder, guards, and other humanoid creatures. So it depends on the context.
Trying to think what else we can try and find out.
Now, a benefit of these planes, let me tell you, is is these creatures such as Primus, and indeed the lady, are attracted to deals, are attracted to agreements, are attracted to contracts. I would say you have a relative safety net when dealing with Primus. There are certainly other beings and other planes where I would strongly recommend not engaging in agreements with the creatures there. However, on Primus, beings of neutrality, they like to keep things solid, stationary. The status quo is paramount. Returning things to normal, let's say,
So getting rid of us.
is almost certainly on one of Primus's many things to do.
Well, I mean, in theory, getting rid of us and getting rid of tin cans people as well. They're all things that like make it all weird.
But it could be, instead of just getting rid of, as in killing, just get rid of, put them somewhere else.
Yeah, so maybe we say, cool, we're going to get rid of these guys for you by destroying the regulator. If we do that, you send us home.
Are you talking openly, yeah? Or are you trying to keep it from...
No, I think
I
we
don't
can
give a
just
shit.
best thing at this point.
While that sounds great, all I would recommend is that you...
Get it in writing first.
Absolutely. You could be a clerk here if you keep that train of thought.
I would sooner throw myself off this axle.
Now, here's a funny thing. Suicide is also illegal here, so I would also recommend against doing that.
Good to know. Good to know.
But not just to get it in writing with Primus. Despite having a safety net, it is not infallible. I would recommend having your agreement peer-checked, reviewed. Any possible loopholes, they will take advantage of.
Do you want...
So do you do that as a side hustle too? Is that something we could do?
Yeah, bon money.
No.
Do you want to come with us?
You don't do it? Or?
No, we would like a copy of the agreement you make, but we do not have a hand in making agreements. We will review it, we can attest it, we can approve it after the fact, but most agreements are made without our input. At any given second, 1,000 upon thousands and thousands of agreements are being made between individuals.
It sounds too long. Let's just take him at face value and hope that he doesn't try to fuck us.
Oh dear.
Besides, you've been looking at the paperwork. You just have a look at it.
Yep, that's gone well so far. So
There you go. Done and done.
Setting you right off.
It's not how I like to operate, let's say, without the correct safety nets in place, yes. It's just when everything's black and white, and you know where everybody stands, and what's to gain and what's to lose, there's no ambiguity.
that's a good point.
You stand to gain knowledge, you have lost
Gold.
precisely. And that's it. That's the nature of the agreement. So I would recommend that. Now, this regulator, not to be confused with Regulus, of course, is also a foreign entity. I understand, and he looks at Cardinal for a second. It was something to do with these creatures, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, while they have more flexibility here than perhaps you do, having resided here longer, having been infused with the power of the plane, I think it's fair to say. And there is a pity to his voice. He is like, he's kind of talking quieter, almost so Cardinal can't hear the way he's like, it's not ideal the way they've ended up. That doesn't mean that they are immune to, that they're still effectively foreign entities until they have the power, the influence that the Order has. Then it's unlikely they would last here for any length of time without Primus's direct interaction. However, and he goes and starts to walk to a different section of the library. Do you follow?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Goes to a section that's to deal with calendars and time. And things that happen routinely, funnily enough. Starts looking through a book that you open it and is not... looks like a calendar, but like an intensely, like a three-dimensional calendar almost. There's not just days and like months and weeks and days. There's almost like a third dimension of like planes almost, so boxes within boxes. And starts looking and says, so Primus's march has begun, although I've not seen it for myself.
Oh, we saw
it's
it.
certain, but thank you for corroborating that.
Yep.
It is the nature of this march that Primus and his Modrons, via his Modrons, visit all the planes. If I may be allowed to speculate on your behalf, this is outside the remit of a chaperone, I might add, so...
That's right, much appreciated. Please continue.
He wants money.
I offer this gratis.
Go on, how much is it going to cost us?
If his Modrons transfer between planes, then there is the potential to hitch a ride with them. The prime material will be one of the planes they visit. It just depends on whether you wish to survive the ride and can survive with them.
Do we know what their intent would be going through the planes?
Unfortunately, that is a frustrating lack of insight. That knowledge never leaves Primus's brain. The only thing that we can say for certain is the frequency, perhaps unsurprisingly, the being of Mechanus. The march happens to the second. The reason why, nobody truly knows. Speculation is abound. Is it a show of power? Maybe. The creature of neutrality needs to show power. I personally am dubious as to that fact. But then what other reason would he have to visit the other planes other than to spy? Perhaps to enforce neutrality? Incidents with Modrons are few and far between, however, not unheard of.
Yeah, I don't rate that idea. I'm not a big fan of lassoing myself to a marching band that just travels across different.
I mean,
planes
last time we
of
got pretty
existence.
close to pretty close to leaving all planes.
Yeah. Do they speak common? Because when the ones we met, we didn't really have much chance of communication before. It was that.
How dare you say that?
The 5 basic Modrons are only a facsimile of life. They speak the language of Modrons, and it is purely a information exchange. There's no art or creativity there. in a way, I envy that level of communication. The efficiency is untold of. However, Primus himself is obviously multilingual, and some of his higher constructs also have the ability.
So, our best shot at getting home is dealing
Primus.
with Primus. Making a
Should-
deal.
making
Come to bargain, Primus.
Yeah. Take out the regulator, and you send us home with the disconnected.
Well, I guess he could just send the regulator home as well, probably.
How would we communicate with Primus?
Does Primus want the regulator gone?
As mentioned, it's a foreign entity. Eventually, yes. The movers. It was a being of neutrality. I understand they a thing of ultimate neutrality that they wished to summon. So it's again more benign than yourselves are on this plane, but it is not what the plane once was. It is not in Primus's image, and as such, eventually.
So Primus would one day want to get rid of you.
Well, as previously mentioned,
They ain't common folk.
But they can break the law.
Yeah.
Breaking the law.
Breaking the law.
no laws are ever broken in the pursuit of all law. We merely leverage loopholes.
Legalese.
That's shady.
Legalese these nuts.
The loopholes look like this and they're gold.
Right below the.
If we were to bargain with Primus, could we summon him, or would we have to go to him?
One does not simply summon a greater being as that. You would have to walk to
Primus!
Come here. Sit down. Sit down, Primus. Look me in the eye.
you could certainly go to Regulus.
How far away is it?
I was going to say on the other side, but it doesn't make sense here because it's like an infinite plane, so there is no other side. Let me think.
We know where the regulator is though, right? Because that's where we were walking to.
Cardinal does, yeah.
Yeah.
Cardinals are regulators, but not regulars,
Yes,
which is
where Primus is.
And
Yeah.
we're going to go there first to make a deal before we go to deal with
If
the
we get the
regulator.
regulator, then we can be like, we got it. Send us home.
I think we need to make the deal first.
And
Otherwise we're just doing his work, and then he'll be like, "Oh, cool. I still don't like you being here. Die." Maybe.
It would be a journey of several days, depending on your travel pace.
To be fair, we haven't slept since we've been here. So a few days' travel is fine by me.
Do you have a map? Directions how to get there?
I don't personally know.
Is there one in this lore?
Perhaps the bazaar?
Ah.
You did say those words.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't say gift shop.
Should start.
Get that on a tea towel.
Yeah.
Get a tea towel. You got on a pair of socks, but it's the print is like not quite right. It's like repeating around the seams. You're like fucking. Okay.
I heart the Fortress of Disciplined Enlightenment.
Obey the law.
Obey the Lord.
I am the law. My friend went to the Fortress of Disciplined Enlightenment, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Yes, all of the above are available.
And
on the
lost
bazaar.
2,000 gold.
Yeah. Okay. I can't think of anything else to ask.
Bizarre.
Bizarre. It is. How bizarre. How bizarre.
I think that we've got everything we need.
I mean, at this point, should we just show him our document with that piece of paper? It might help us to know more useful things.
I'm not allowed to see it
Because
you've
we've-
signed the
Ah.
so the agreement
If
is
I
now in
if I
place.
just put it in your face, is that gonna be a problem?
That is going to be a very, very big problem.
Fine.
You say
Because I'm
there's
guessing we
a-
don't get a refund if we do that.
No.
No, of course not.
Unfortunately, one of those intelligence rolls less than 15.
Yeah.
You missed the no refunds.
No
Small sales are
refunds.
final.
You said you've got some definitions section.
Oh yes, vast.
Oh.
How hard is it to find certain words for definitions for
Run that by me one more time.
like if I had a word that I wanted to find the definition for,
Yeah,
how hard's that to find?
we will absolutely find that in your visitation.
Sweet. Should we find some words that are on it that don't make
Absolutely.
sense?
What a fucking shout.
Fine.
I'm gonna read every single word.
He leads you through the vast library of the fortress. Again, passers by come and go. Everyone in here wearing the same red sash. No other colours. Yeah, up and down, blah blah blah, all around, and yeah, indeed, he does lead you to a vast. And this area is actually you enter into a circular bookcase. You've just opened in like 1 degree of this donut shape is open, and it's just a massive row of books, and you see that this is alphabetized in common from A to your left all the way around to some indecipherable characters on your right.
Blue, blue, black.
Yeah, something else, but it definitely starts. Actually, tell the lie, it starts at 0.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
0.
And it's just this like in Bruce Almighty when he opens that filing cabinet.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of, massive bookshelf that just opens up and all the way around.
Massive.
What words shall we begin?
Conflagration? I can spell it for him.
Right.
But somebody of your expertise probably already knows how to spell it.
That would be a synonym for fire.
Fire.
Typically a large fire,
Initial
or
telemetry
let's say
reads
a large volume of fire.
Fire plane.
Vivacities?
Mm-hmm.
How do I spell that?
Got it.
You're having a little bit of a problem there.
Wait. Let me check my own bloody notes.
Found it at Vivacities.
Oh, I'm not sure if I am.
This is the quality of being
I did.
attractively lively and animated. In a
Oh,
sense,
yes.
sounds of it.
Yeah, that's
Found
right.
the answer in the notebook yourself.
I need you, pal.
Hey.
Got a fucking dictionary.
Because it says its initial telemetry reads fire. What was it?
Lively and animated. Well, that's the definite. Yeah, like that's not.
Remember, the author is Olvara, so a snooty elf. Olvara wrote those notes, so
Yeah.
a snooty elf. He will help you to define that by basically saying there's less fire activity,
Oh, okay.
and then the diminished would.
Duoplanar crossings. Okay. Well, that's not that much help for that one, but more than what it says.
We got a fire plane.
Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah.
Oh, they're just packing some ice bags for that one.
Good joke.
Good
joke.
I was being deadly serious.
Oh.
Oh.
I see.
And also, I would not mess with the creatures of the fire plane in terms of agreements and arrangements. They are one of the harshest when it comes to punishments. And we're talking fates worse than death, so perhaps just dehydration is the lesser of evils there. Yeah, any agreements you make in the plane of fire do make them watertight.
Now he's
That
joking.
one,
Yeah.
yep, you got it. That one. That one was a joke.
I'm really sizzled.
Oh,
Not much else on there that stands out of needing defining, really.
Okay.
That was just because, what's his face? Cobb. Been like,
Cobb.
you're not making any sense.
he's done.
He's just a man of the streets. He's
So
like,
we, look at us!
yeah, exactly. So he's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Man in the streets and a freak in the sheep.
Big time.
With Alvara. Oh,
Who knows?
I'll
You don't
never
know.
tell.
You don't know.
Did we ever get a name of the dude that killed Cormac?
Fuck, no. That's something we could ask about.
I thought you did Elvira not give you that.
Oh, hold on. I need to go there.
I'm pretty sure she would
I
have.
think she did. I have
Essentially
it.
telling us who we're looking for.
Yes.
Because Hermesh wasn't it, was it?
No, that was the
someone.
dead body in the desert. The bloated, fitted corpse.
I've got just creature. I did not see it.
It was the aide to an old Marquess.
Yes.
But what was his name? Did I not write that down? What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fucking shit?
I've got to add lots of NPCs to your NPC log in Foundry. Lots of good ones to add. We can say she did if she didn't. If you can't find the answer. Rifat
Rifat.
is the name of the magical aid.
Rifat. The V or the
RIFAT.
Any books on this person?
Are they prominent in making laws, keeping laws?
Breaking them?
Yeah.
Oh, we do not keep records of all lawbreakers here. That is a job for another plane.
You guys are building that one.
Huh?
Huh?
Excuse me?
Okay.
Um,
Well, I guess we go to the
Nothing
gift
with
shop. Sorry, bizarre.
I must implore you, do not use that term. If you use that term in the bazaar, there will be legal consequences.
Oh god.
It's quite possible you would see the lady. Is the severity of.
Oh, so we get invited. Ooh, loophole.
Loophole!
Loophole.
There it is.
Shall I find the definition of invited while we're here in the definition section? Because it would be a very loose.
Go. Okay. I guess that's us then.
Take us to the bazaar.
How bizarre.
You wish to leave and terminate your visitation?
well, I guess before we go, I wouldn't mind swinging by the old resurrection in the material plane, if you've got any laws on that.
Indeed.
Excuse me.
Take me there.
He takes you to the area that deals with life and death and what happens to souls and what the natural laws are with that kind of stuff. And will begin to do what he did for the other planes, which is to say, give you, he's not going to make you ask again, he will start to give you the crib notes on how to, the legality of resurrecting the dead. But I'm conscious of the time,
For sure.
so perhaps we can pick that up next session.
Yeah, baby.
We'll tie up the legality of raising the dead. Spoilers, pretty illegal most of the time. Again, unless you have the correct documentation.
Oh my god.
But then we can start fresh-faced at the bazaar.
The bizarre. How
Oh, I
bizarre.
can't wait to see whoever's behind the till in the gift shop.
Esmeretti, moonlighting.
No!
Anyone but him.
It's just one guy running the whole place. They're really
Yeah,
low
we-
staff.
We didn't notice that everyone looks the same as
Yeah.
him.
He's just got so many different coloured sashes.
Yeah, he just peels them off.
Yeah,
They're just
yeah,
disposable.
There's another one. What colour do you reckon they're in the gift shop? Bizarre.
Oh yeah, multicoloured.
Orange. I'm thinking like a burnt orange.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that.
It's kind of friendly.
Or brown, because it's going to be fucking shit.
Where does Mulagor want to go?
Away.
From it everywhere and everything.
Yeah.
Just let me float in the astral sea alone for all eternity.
Where it belongs.
Just barging through air.
Through other planes of existence.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, alright
be
then.
a bit of soup.
And then, yeah, be a pea and a floating around in suit. That's it. Be an errant hare that you'd send back. Is there?
What's this doing?
Right, that brings us to the end of today's soul and lore and knowledge information searching session.
Soul search.
Yeah. Find us on DDND Pod on almost every single social media platform and podcast platform. As previously mentioned, do check us out on the video platforms because we do a lot of visual work. We're very good with our hands.
Oh.
So I'd recommend checking us out on there, and also Bare Fit. So it's a win-win situation, mainly. Do check me out on ThinkCritDND or thinkcritically.co.uk. Do give us money on Patreon. Do buy stuff on GameTee using code TheBroggsZ, 5% discount, ship worldwide for t-shirts that you too can strip off in front of your friends.
That's what I did.
Which was a highlight for me today.
Low light for me.
Each to their own. You keep working at the gym, mate.
Wedge Antilles.
Have you heard of protein? See, this is the kind of visual shit people don't get when they're just listening.
Yeah.
You see?
They don't get to see that.
I don't get to see it. See my noodle arms spout this nonsense. Otherwise, that's it. Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Thanks to our people watching live. Thank you, everybody, for listening remotely, not live. And don't break any laws.
Don't break any laws.
Don't break any laws.
Lesson of the
Definitely
day.
exit through the gift shop.
Definitely.
Enter through it, because apparently that's the best place to go.
Yeah.
Right, bye.
Bye.
Yeah.